Alright, welcome back everybody to the Python video series. Last time we created our first program in Python and printed the words hello world to the console. Today we're going to be going over the basic data types in programming and how to create variables in Python. Alright, let's get started. So remember that you can show the toolbar on the left hand side of the screen by clicking the project tab. We don't need that right now, but I'm just reiterating it from the last video. So now I'm going to delete the print hello world because we're moving on to bigger and greater things. By the way, if you type a hashtag, you can start what's called a comment. Comments are phrases that do not affect your code at all. They'll be grayed out by the IDE so you can differentiate it from normal code. Alright, so when I type a comment, I can pretty much type anything I want and it will have no effect on the code. So, how to create variables in Python. Alright, so the first thing we need to understand is what a variable is. A variable is a container that holds a value. Think of it like a box that you place something inside of. Now, to create a variable, you simply just have to give it a name. For instance, if I want to store the value of a number inside a variable, I would create a variable with an appropriate name. Say I want to store that what my age is, which is 18. I would create the my age variable. That's an appropriate name to hold this number. Then I use an equal sign to assign it a value. Now I'm going to give it a value of 18. That brings us to data types. 18 is an integer. It's a whole number, which means there is no decimal point in sight. If I add a decimal point, there doesn't even have to be a number after the decimal point. There just has to be a decimal point. This has become a floating point value. A floating point value is any number that has a decimal point. And remember, for both integers and floating points, we're talking about including negative numbers as well. So let's leave it as an integer for now. The next data type is strings. Strings are groups of characters that are enclosed in quotation marks. This is what we used to print the words hello world to the console. We were essentially telling Python to take the string containing the characters forming the words hello world and output it to the console. So for instance, say I want to store my name inside a variable. Of course, we give it another appropriate name. And then we use quotation marks and then add all of the characters that we want. And you can pretty much type anything inside these quotation marks and it'll be included as a string. There are some exceptions, but we won't go over that just yet. And there's my name. Spaces are also included inside of a string. Then the final data type we're going to talk about is going to be Booleans. So we've gone over integers, floating point values, and strings. The final type is going to be Booleans. A Boolean is a value that is either true or false. There is no other value for a Boolean. Let's say 18 or over. Well, I am 18, so that will be true. And you'll see that the IDE actually highlights this in orange to indicate that it's a Boolean. Say I was 17, though, or 16. This value would no longer be true. We could say it's false. Those are the two values that a Boolean can have. Now, this doesn't seem that important right now, but later on, Booleans will actually become extremely important. So keep that in mind. So I'll create another comment that is telling us the four data types. We have integers, floats, or floating point numbers, strings, and booleans. Just to reiterate, an integer is a whole number, a float is any number with a decimal point, a string is a collection of characters enclosed in quotation marks, and a boolean is either the value true or false. And in Python, we have to type true and false with a capital T and a capital F. In other programming languages, it's actually lowercase, but in Python, it is uppercase. So that's going to conclude this video. In the next video, we are going to move forward and begin talking about how we can actually perform some mathematical operations and perhaps even some operations with booleans.